Topping today's news, according to the Minister of National Security, the Royal Bahamas Defense Force officers, some of them asking to fight on the front lines in Haiti. Social services visit the Shanty town set to be demolished next month. Much needed upgrades coming for the Atlantis Paradise Island, and senators debate and pass the NHI Bill 2025. This is your Jcn Evening News. I'm Jareno Saunders. Thank you so much for joining us. The Bahamas continues to be a part of the Kenyan-led multinational peacekeeping force battling Haitian gangs that have been wreaking havoc in that nation since 2021, including murder, rape, and kidnapping, displacing thousands from their homes. There were reports last year that Royal Bahamas Defense Force officers feared for their safety. While on Love 97's Issues of the Day with talk show host Christian Jones this week, the Minister of National Security, Wayne Munro, gave his reassurance that despite requests by Royal Bahamas Defense Force officers to do so, they are not fighting on the front lines with the Kenyan and Haitian police. In recent days, there have been reports that the multinational force has been suffering casualties.
It's an issue of what mission set they are deployed to carry out. So they're in command roles in the headquartered areas. They're not in the contingent that does patrols. The Defense Force, the officers and Marines have been pushing to be in the folks who can go on patrol, but the Bahamas government has not, the National Security Council has not acceded to that desire. We make an assessment as to what assistance we can provide, and that's not assistance that we're prepared to move to at this stage.
Munro did not rule out the possibility of Defense Force officers joining the battle on the front lines at some point in the future. Meanwhile, the National Security Minister lamented the fact that developed nations have not been forthcoming in assisting the multinational force with resources and funding much needed.
There's an issue about proper, and the Kenyans keep raising it, proper support financially and materially by the developed countries to this mission to stabilize Haiti. The complaint is, for instance, that the U.S., Europe has sent billions of dollars to Ukraine and have not done anything, even a fraction of that, to seek to address this issue in Haiti in terms of providing appropriate equipment and other means necessary for the Kenyan multinational force, the Haitian National Police, and the whole mission. That is a complaint that you hear coming out over and over again.
Although unable to confirm, Munro is certain that Caribbean leaders are lobbying the United States and developed nations to do more for Haiti. This week, the United States placed a $5 million bounty for information that leads to the arrest of Haitian gang leader Jimmy Barbecue Cherize, who has since said he is willing to collaborate with U.S. authorities. Additionally, U.S. private military contractor Blackwater announced that it will be sending 200 people to support the effort in Haiti and perhaps collect that $5 million bounty placed on the head of Cherize. Meanwhile, Haitians in the Bahamas who want a return to peace and stability in their native land are expressing their delight that the United States authorities have offered a $5 million reward for information leading to the arrest of the Haitian gang leader, who says that, he denies receiving money from a man in America to finance his activities. A day after the Unregulated Communities Task Force issued 135 notifications for demolition to residents of the Montgomery Shanty town off Cowpen Road, a place known for hosting illegal cockfights, representatives from the Department of Social Services visited the community on Thursday to make an assessment as to who qualifies for assistance. Deborah Smith, a representative from the Department of Social Services, explained their mission.
Our mission here today was to go throughout the unregulated communities along with to see who were in the communities who the Department of Social Services is able to assist. Bearing in mind the assistance provided by the Department of Social Services is for persons who are Bahamian citizens or with permanent residence. From our just looking on, it seemed to be about 150 or so persons that are in the community, bearing in mind that many of them were not at home.
Residents of the community complained that 28 days is not enough time. Maybe 2 to 3 months would allow them enough time to save money and find a new place to live. The notification gives 28 days to relocate. The demolition exercises set to take place sometime during the second week in September. Again, the Davis administration has conducted demolition exercises at several locations on New Providence, Abaco, and Eleuthera, with plans also to address similar communities on Andros. And finally, in this segment, members of the Senate debated and passed the National Health Insurance Compendium of Bills on Thursday, with the Minister of Economic Affairs, Michael Halkitis, leading debate for the government side, suggesting the compendium of 5 health bills represent undeniable progress for the nation.
Mr. Chairman, the Progressive Liberal Party has long held that health care is a basic human right that every Bahamian should have access to. Like I said, access, affordability, and adequate care. And this compendium before us takes steps towards changing the current dynamic by creating more predictable and lower health care costs for families, improved workforce health and productivity, expanded preventative care, streamlined administrative processes, more access to free medications and supplies, and improved standards for health care, among other major changes.
The opposition supports the bill, but Senator Maxine Seymour said aside from being another opportunity for the Davis administration to boast, she challenged the government to deliver on the contents of the bills, especially when it comes to compensating health care professionals.
Bring it all. But if bills solved our problems, Mr. Chair, I have to tell you, with this particular AG and this particular administration, we would be problem-free in our country, okay? But the reality is that laws don't heal patients. Acts of Parliament alone don't cure suffering. And so bills alone won't make us the healthiest nation on this earth, because we can't do so by proclamation. And we could put them in the newspaper as much as we want. And it's good to have days and times when we set aside to bring awareness to certain issues. But no amount of proclamations from the OPM will make our nation healthier, because that's just the fact. And bills do open gates. They, of course, help in many ways, okay? But we need steady leadership. We need competent management, and we need money paid to our vendors on time.
In addition to the NHI bill, the other 4 bills in the compendium include the NHI Specified Disease Prescription Drug Fund Bill, the Health Promotions and Wellness Bill, the Dental Professions Bill, and the Pharmacy Amendment Bill. We'll take a break here. We'll be right back following these commercials.